Welcome to box number 8 for the Dave Asprey Biohacker Box. This curated box is full of cool stuff that I find for you, that is things that I find interesting and things that I think are worth your time. And if you trust me, the way you do since you're watching this video, to find cool stuff for you, I always do my best to find things that are just awesome. And I think that I nailed it this time. Here's what you're gonna get. The first thing is called the Thyme, pronounced T-H-I-M, Smart Ring. And you could say, what do I need another smart ring for? Here's the deal. There are different ways to track sleep, and I've talked about a lot of those on the blog and in my own life. And this is something that you wear specifically for sleep. And it's not just about tracking your sleep, and it does that, but it's actually something that's worth $200 all by itself. And what it does is it waits to know when you're just about falling asleep, and it gently vibrates to wake you back up. And you won't even know it happened, but what it's doing is it's basically making you go through intermittent cycles of falling asleep. And the difference is you sleep better all night long. So it's a sleep intervention device to actually go in and hack your sleep. It's brought to you by the same team that designed the retimer glasses, which were in an old box, these glasses that shine light at a certain angle. And it is based on research from Dr. Leon Lack at Flinders University in Australia. And this kind of training can actually train you to fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. And they first did this for cognitive behavioral therapy treatment for insomniacs. And you may or may not be an insomniac, but it works anyway. People who used this in their study got 28 minutes more sleep and had a 30-minute reduction in sleep latency. Now, I only have a 3-minute sleep latency, so I don't need that reduction, but the idea that I can wear this ring and it can improve the quality of my sleep, that's completely amazing and legit, and you won't even know it's happening. Most people wake up, don't have any idea that it happened, but you can see the difference in your sleep scores, which is really cool. You're also getting lip seal tape, and you might have heard this in the Bulletproof radio interview with breathwork expert Patrick McCown. And this is a very interesting idea, but a guy named Dr. Frank Seaman, who's a prosthodontist with 30 years of looking at dental sleep management, came up with this idea. And this is tape, and yes, I have used it. My wife kind of likes it when I use it because it just goes over your lips. You can't talk. Okay, maybe she doesn't really like that. But right before you go to bed, you put this gentle tape over your mouth, and it teaches your body to breathe through your nose. And if you're breathing through your mouth when you're asleep, it's because you have nasal airway obstruction or you just have a bad habit, and the brain will react to change your nasal airways if you use this. And this means that it stops things called tongue thrusting, dry mouth, snoring, and it leads to better, more efficient, refreshing sleep. There's no latex, which can cause allergies. It's hypoallergenic, and it's a non-woven polyester fiber with a very light adhesive, and it doesn't cause skin problems. You put it on so that the corners face down, so it looks like a mustache when you put it on. You get 14 strips to try this. It sounds kind of weird, but trust me, you want to sleep like a superhero, this is one of the things that helps you do it. Next up, you're going to get the Corgis Ball from Tune Up Fitness. And this is a hack that Kelly Starrett, a friend of mine and a head guy from San Francisco CrossFit, the guy who wrote Supple Leopard, was on Bulletproof Radio a while back, and he talked about how important balls are for stretching and for releasing fascia. The Corgis Ball is an inflatable sponge ball, and it's got this really cool, stretchy, soft skin that's grippy and flexible. And rolling around on the ball on your abdominals for a few minutes before bed stimulates something called a parasympathetic relaxation response. So what that means, you stick it on your gut, and it's not the kind of fascia release that Kelly talked about, which might be an IT band or the harder balls. This is for your gut. And strangely enough, you do that, it can help you sleep better. You wouldn't expect it, but it does. It also helps with yoga and stretching. And it was developed by Jill Miller, who was the founder of Tune Up Fitness. And on the card in the box, there's a link that leads to a series of videos on how you can use it and a discount code if you want to get some of the other stuff that they make. So it's kind of ridiculous, but you put the tape on, you roll around on this ball, you put the ring on, and you might find that you sleep really, really well, which is actually priceless. And since we're into sleep in this box, you've also got a bottle of my favorite formula, Bulletproof SLEEP MODE. And this is something that I made. I personally engineered this product to give people refreshing sleep. It's really easy to go on Google or Wikipedia and say, here's some herbs that knock people out. The problem is most of them knock you out, and you don't feel good in the morning from supplements like that. And sometimes they help if you really need that, but every night taking something that makes you feel dopey in the morning wasn't something that I did. And so the idea here is I want you to fall asleep faster and to get better sleep. I combine clinically improving ingredients with the right doses backed by studies. And another trick that companies will do is they'll put something in there because it looks good on the label, but they put 10% of what's useful. The other thing that's interesting about this is there's a low dose of melatonin. And melatonin has uses way beyond sleep throughout the body that have to do with inflammation and regulating sources. And this is, regulating sources of inflammation. And this one is 100% plant-sourced melatonin, which is unusual. It has L-ornithine, a little-known amino acid that is shown to reduce stress and improve sleep quality. And I chose to put it in there because there are studies that show ornithine can lower ammonia levels in the body. And if you have too much protein in your diet or the wrong things in your gut, you can actually have high ammonia levels, which will reduce sleep quality. So that's in there to help you with that. The other thing that's cool is there's a little bit of brain octane in it, which provides stable energy while your body repairs. And I use brain octane in a lot of the Bulletproof supplements as a delivery mechanism because it helps a lot of compounds absorb differently. And this is easy to swallow soft gels. You also get a coupon for 20% off, but this is a chance to just try this. And we're not done on the sleep stuff. This is a seriously high value box. It's also got an excerpt from Dr. Satchin Panda's Circadian Code book. And if you heard his interview on Bulletproof Radio, you know what an incredible guy he is. I've been to his lab at the Salk Institute in San Diego. I've looked at retinal melanopsin mitochondria with his grad students, and this guy knows a thing or two about sleep, and you're really going to like his book. It is a powerful thing for you to improve your sleep, and I wanted you to have an excerpt from the book just to get a sample of what can happen if you want to read this whole book. You'll learn how light changes things like chronic diseases of diabetes, dementia, heart disease, etc. Each of the boxes has some golden tickets, and gold tickets are expensive items that I can't fit into a box for you for $100, but I still want you to know about. And one of these things is called the Sleep Crown. And it's an over-the-head pillow designed by a yoga teacher and a friend named Julie Westervelt. She's also a Bulletproof coach. You might have heard of weighted blankets, and it's sort of in that same idea, which is another sleep technology. But this is a really strangely soft pillow, and you put it right on your head when you're sleeping, and it's shaped to do that. And it provides a gentle pressure to the scalp and crown of your head, and it sort of tucks you in a way that helps to turn your brain off. It blocks out natural and artificial light way better than eye masks. I actually don't like eye masks, even though I use them on occasion because there's always light leaking. And it also muffles ambient sounds. I actually use a sleep crown most nights, especially when I'm at home, because it just kind of goes on my head and I sleep better. And I like it, and the contours work for the way my head's faced. The idea is it helps you drop into REM stages of sleep faster and longer. It's made from bamboo, and a few lucky subscribers are going to get one of these sent to you, but for the rest of us, there's a $30 discount code. And if you have problems with sound or light or getting to sleep quickly, the Sleep Crown is really cool, and I suggest you check it out. And there's one more really big golden ticket item for a few lucky winners, and something that I think everyone who's interested in sleep will want to know about. And it is called the True Light Energy Square, made by TrueDark. It's a patent pending design with 4 different spectrums of LED lights. There's 2 different wavelengths of red light for rejuvenation. There's near infrared light for strengthening. And there's an unusual spectrum of yellow light for toning and preparing the skin that is shown in studies to be effective that no one's talking about in light therapy. And there's a brand new product just came out. Red light is shown in studies to enhance blood circulation, anti-inflammatory, muscle recovery, collagen production, radiant skin, reducing scars, wrinkles, fine lines, speeding wound healing, decreasing pain. And as you know, I use a variety of red light therapy devices, from things that cost many tens of thousands of dollars at Bulletproof Upgrade Labs in Santa Monica to tiny little portable things. And this is a new, very, very cool light. Another thing that the near infrared light does that's in it is it helps to promote tissue healing and regeneration, which is cool. And the yellow light that's in here isn't just yellow, it's a narrow wavelength yellow. And it actually works for skin redness and flushing, irritated skin, things like UV damage, and helping the skin to flush waste out. It even can boost lymphatic flow, and it can reduce the appearance of tiny blood vessels on your nose and face, which is kind of cool. And the True Light from True Dark also has the ability to pulse the light. So you can have steady for things like pain or pulsing to turn on cellular healing at a faster rate. And it's got a remote control, which is kind of cool. You can go to truedark.com/truelight. It's pretty cool to check this thing out, and a few of us are getting it shipped to us here. Thank you for listening to this video, and thank you for subscribing to the Dave Asprey Biohacking Box. As you can tell, this box, we nailed it. You got a lot of really valuable stuff that's worth more than twice what you paid, and you got to learn about some stuff you probably didn't know about. And if you don't sleep like a baby after this, it's because you're a vampire.